the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the 20th ranked team in the land, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Canes' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. So the Ole Miss Rebels return team certainly didn't do the offense any favors there. And here he comes, just jogging onto the field. But what's going fast, the heart rates of everybody in this crowd, Jesse.
Well, this is a special player. All eyes in the stadium on this guy. And David, you know the defense, they're going to have to find a way to try to slow this guy down.
And he's going to touch it every single play. He'll be the main focal point. Can he handle the pressure? Can he handle the big moments? Can he handle this stage and lead his team in a big moment?
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
From the gun on 3rd down. Hauls it in. At the 40, there he goes. All kinds of running room. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Rebels. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
And you just cannot draw up the start of a season any better than that. Opening drive of the first game of the year and quick fire. You're down the field scoring 6. This offense is explosive.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So the Miami Hurricane offense takes the field and they'll have their first possession. And you'd better be sharp throwing the football to the outside, Jesse, because both of these teams have lock-up corners.
And they're really good at baiting you into throwing their way as well. You've got to be careful. And, David, I like these guys, too, because they're not afraid to get their face in the fan and support the run game.
No doubt. And it's fun because when you're a defense and you can shut down half the field, you can do so many different things to give other guys help because you trust these guys on an island outside.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. While the Canes are known for big-time playmakers, tough physical running is part of it, too.
Yeah, you got to be able to have a team that not just is about sizzle, and we've seen so many Miami teams about sizzle, but some substance with some physicality, the run game.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to pass, it's Burden. He uncorks one deep. Pulls it in inside the 10. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Ooh, the defense so lucky that was not a touchdown. The offense saw an opportunity. Take a chance and take a shot.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Hurricane.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And they tacked on the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Line gets set, first down. They'll start this drive with a pass. Makes the grab. It's Cano. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint. The ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Reese was talking about with footprint. But how about in the past, too? When your undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team, a little more fuel for the fire.
In the gun and looking to throw on third down. A strike downfield. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. And the Rebels want to crank the tempo.
Big third down there for the quarterback, and he knew where his best chance was at getting that first. He found the curl route, made an accurate throw, and as a result, the offense stays on the field.
And you're going to hear this guy's name a lot. They're going to ride the big fella. He's such a stud. They're going to build the offense around him. This is just game one, but you're going to get a lot of big runs from this guy.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. As the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop.
I think you run that play on 2nd down knowing it's going to make third down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know third down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Give to the running back. Gets that thing away from the goalpost. He's got 5 out to the 10-yard line.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Give that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Strong run and a pickup of 5 out to the 15.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and 1.
Off he goes. He's up to 41 yards on the ground in the first quarter. What a tremendous start to this season.
3rd and 1, you know they're running the football. It's just a matter of who's getting it and where they're going. But this offense, it really didn't matter. Nice job up front, nice execution, picking up not only the one, make it.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
What the defense there in their mentality after getting gashed on the ground, they just turn the page, they generate the pass rush the very next play.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Back to throw, it's Burden. He looks that one in nicely. Snowed under by the defense. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
He'll throw on 3rd down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing, an easy conversion for this offense. And the Canes are moving quickly down the field. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Working that left side. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Yeah, that was a good play on the ball. Get his hand up, get the tip, get the deflection. Ball bounces up in the air, falls to the ground, incomplete pass.
To the air, it's Burden. Fires to the end zone, and it's caught! Touchdown, Canes!
And this offense gets on the board, and the first passing touchdown of the season, and I feel pretty confident saying the first of many. This offense looks like they're in a good rhythm, and this passing attack's going to be hard to stop.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from... And the ball's free, deep in his own territory. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Miami!
You know, the one thing that really worries head coaches coming into week 1 is ball security. You're worried about execution. This offense has done some good things early in this game, but you cannot put the ball on the ground because the defense will make you pay like they did right there, taking it all the way to the house.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They're lining up to kick it away, and that defense salivating after getting the scoop and score. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Final play of the quarter coming. From the gun to give, looking for room. He smashes his way through again. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. While we're only through 1, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Wide receiver shows motion. Might as well give it to him again. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man quickly. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
And the defense brought the blitz on 3rd down, trying to see if they could rattle the quarterback. But how about the poise? He knew where his answer was. He didn't panic or freak out. He just went through his progressions, picked up the first, and we got a fresh set of downs.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Good spot after that. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Cano. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. They're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. The Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Pulled down after a pickup of 5. They'll mark it at the 8.
This running back just doesn't go down easy. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him. And just, you know what? Let his talent do the rest.
The pull and throw off the RPO. Touchdown, Ole Miss! What a grab and go for the score. A methodical drive, soul-crushing, spirit-breaking, and it ends in a touchdown.
And listen, I know everybody wants the big plays, the big, long touchdowns and all that stuff, but putting a drive together like that is very difficult to do time and time again, and it's demoralizing for the defense. Great drive by the offense.
And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive. Going deep. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
Fast motion from the offense. To throw, it's Burden. This time on target. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Gets the job done on third down as he gets it out to the 25. The Canes have it with a 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. That gives him 54 yards rushing already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the back. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. Just moving those chains the way Frank Gore did back in the day.
Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Edgerrin James, so many elite backs in Miami history. Finding that guy that you can give the ball to that's reliable, important part of the Canes tradition.
Fires into traffic, it's picked off.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
He leaves it with his back. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Wow, the Miami linebacker shows you his speed on that play. And linebacker in speed, synonymous when you're thinking about Miami Hurricane defense. Think about Ray Lewis, Jonathan Vilma, Dan Morgan, DJ Williams. Guys that can go sideline to...
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. The defense was in the dime package. They didn't have to send an extra rusher. The big fellas up front took care of that.
Yeah, and all dime means is I'm bringing an extra fast guy on the field and taking an extra fat guy off the field. But listen, the fat guys still get home. Isn't that beautiful? The big, athletic defensive line still does a great job getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But you got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Dropping back, it's Burden. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, and you use these running back so much in the passing game now, and you expect him to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Sanders. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. Now on first down from the 40. He's looking to throw it. They're trying to get to him. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's looking for an open man on second down. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. They want to just keep throwing it. Oh, he loves to fire downfield.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. Third and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up fourth.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, and it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Now on second down. He's looking to throw. Quick strike complete. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain. You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. Looking to move it through the air. He's going up top. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball raining out of bounds.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Daniels. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
Nice job by the wide receiver getting open on that slant route against man coverage. He fakes like he's going to the outside. He's able to create some separation, cross his face, and then secures the catch.
Grab near the marker. It's Cano. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. The corners are walked up tight. He wants to throw. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's second and long. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
No opportunity to run it back as the ball goes out of bounds. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last year.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with the clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long, but players like that getting after him.
Coming after it. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Rebels will kick it away to start the second half.
Miami, 21, Ole Miss, 14.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right, that pocket has been shaky. And if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football.
Quarterback checking the play. Give to the single back. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And the Hurricanes come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, the ground game. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll try it over the left side. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Zings it complete to the right. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Offense working from the pistol. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
The quarterback had no shot on that play. He had a defender bearing down on him. He knew he was going to get hit. I think he should have just thrown that thing out of bounds. He's lucky that wasn't picked throwing into double coverage.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And the kicking team's going to call a timeout.
Timeout, Miami.
They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. He will need some oomph in this one, a 51-yard attempt, and from the right side. Absolutely perfect. And that lead grows even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close there.
And I think think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
They'll run it. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. The Rebels in the hurry up. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Caught behind the line. It's Hunter. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Now the play fake. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be fourth down. And the Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
And it's caught inside the 25. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricane!
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing them go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
Unloads to the wideout. It's caught.
Quarterback knew he had man coverage there, and there was no question where he was going with it. Found his matchup on the perimeter, one-on-one, made an accurate throw, and they get the first down.
Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground.
Small game, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. He'll do it himself. That's a live ball. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Listen, there's so many athletic quarterbacks now that do the design runs. I got to make them pay. I got to physically hit them as hard as I can, as many opportunities as I get. They run the design quarterback run. Nice job being physical, forcing the fumble.
Fires to the big fella. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He was going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his 2nd catch so far in this game.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it fumble.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Getting some heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
It is hard to continue to get up and get up and get up like he has, being sacked time after time again. But this QB, this offense, they're undeterred. They continue to put drives together, and most importantly, they're winning the football game.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a fourth down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. Feeling some heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see if the offense gets a reprieve. So he just lost track of where the line of scrimmage was. The illegal forward pass will wave off the play. Penalty will be accepted. First down here for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Shoots it to the left. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Throws toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Rebels! Like a Thanksgiving turkey. There's being hard. And wait just a second, the official's going to take a second look at this one. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Lining up to add another. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Miami, 31, Ole Miss.
The returner's going to try to see what he can get. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Looking to throw, it's Burden. But nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Well, the offense ought to go buy a lottery ticket because that ball somehow bounced right back to them. They'll keep it. Second down after the offense averted absolute disaster. The option look. Now the toss. At the 20, he's got space. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. First down to start the drive after the break. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Looking to throw, it's Burden. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Canes! And once he got loose, it was all over. The defense just lost track of it. There's no other explanation. I've got to assume they knew he was in an eligible position.
Or it was just ridiculously good scheming on the offense. I mean, just an unbelievable job of getting your guy wide open.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Looking for a productive play on first down. He's going to pass. Trying to get to it. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety. So after taking the safety, they'll line up for a free kick from their own 20.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Line gets set, first down. The pitch. Still on his feet at the 45. Running toward the tape. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. This offense just gets a bolt of energy when they get a play like that. Now they're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20. Headed to the end zone. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Touchdown, Miami! And the route is on.
And the second half looking a lot like the first half, and this lead continues to build. How about the rhythm of this offense? They are showing you a little bit of everything. What they worked on in the offseason has been right on point. Game 1 going exactly how they scripted.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
Looking to go up top on first down. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
At this point in the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Defense, we're always trying to get some tips, break on the football, get a tip, get it up in the air. Nice job by the player breaking the football and forcing the incompletion.
The aerial assault continues. For the 3rd straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
Well, it's been that kind of day here tonight. They just have not been able to find a rhythm and establish that throwing the football. Part of it has been wide receivers.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
It's all about making plays. This guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
Off play action on first down. Trying to beat the D deep. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. Now 2nd and 10.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Looking to throw, it's Burden. Gonna take a shot. Pulls it in on the right. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive regardless of what the score is, regardless of how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricane! And the punishment has been extended.
Man, we know football gets harder when you start to get in the red zone and the field shrinks. Who needs that? Break the long touchdown run. Nice job by the back. Seeing the hole, exploding through, getting a long touchdown.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
21.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And that pass picked off. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking downfield, it's Burden. Grabs it in the middle. So close to that end zone, he can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football.
And they're going to score again, yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And add it on again. This offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent, beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He's able to work his way on the return up to the 23 before he steps out of bounds. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it's certain.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Yeah, and this offense has struggled all day. And how about the protection up front? You got to protect your quarterback. You got to keep him upright. And his 2nd sack of the day. Nice. A lot more passing situations coming with this team down big.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. To the air, it's Burden. Finds us back in the middle. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. He'll try to do it himself. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
Well,
Great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Makes the catch, he's got enough. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Pocket starts to collapse. He's got it. Touchdown, Cade! And the pummeling has started. Beep, beep, beep. You know what that is? That's the garbage truck unloading the garbage time points right now.
And those garbage time points do count, though. You're still playing the game, keep fighting, but it is that time when it's over, when nobody's really paying attention. Nobody's listening to me, or you, Reese, which is not necessarily a bad thing.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week, for the rest of this season, so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
And they get him again. This is a offense that you expect them to protect their guy. I mean, he is a dude that you know if you give him time, he's going to make plays. But this defense is making sure he's not getting that time.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. The Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on 1st down. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Makes the grab. It's Tolzien.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games when we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
They're bringing heat. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country. He's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Final minute. This game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform.
The expressway is wide open. And that was a huge run that almost went to the house. The defense kept him from scoring. They'll snap it from the 30 on 1st down. Power football with the run. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. One more play to pad the stats. Rides to the back. And the final play is just a short gain, and we're at the end of the game. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And